Hey everyone, welcome. If you are new here, I'm Abby, and today we have a mindful flow. So this is going to still include some of our vinyasa movements. We're just going to kind of slow down a little bit, bring a bit more attention to each and every moment through this practice. So let's begin lying down on our backs, coming all the way down to your mat. Take a little bit of time to settle, so rolling your way down. Maybe a few little stretches or wiggles through the body. You could have the arms out by the sides with the palms facing up. And either closing your eyes or just taking a soft gaze towards the tip of your nose as we arrive. So often we talk about arriving to our mat, to our practice. And we do so physically, but sometimes it takes the mind a little bit longer. So as you begin to pay a little bit more attention to your breath, just notice how you feel physically. Feeling the weight of your body on the ground. Maybe the sensation of the clothes on your skin. Maybe you notice the air leaving the nose, on the top lip. And then just ask yourself, how do I feel today? There's no right or wrong answer. And try and let go of any judgment to whatever comes up. See if you can allow yourself to just be here, to be fully present with any sensations, any emotions. Our yoga practice isn't measured by the postures that we can or can't do. The benefits really lie in the amount of presence we can bring to every single moment. Okay, let's all take a breath together. So in your own time, start that inhale through the nose. And then open the mouth, release. Next time you breathe in, you might take your full body stretch, reaching the arms overhead, pointing the toes, maybe a gentle wiggle into the hips. And then slowly start to draw the knees into the chest. And again, a gentle rock, just easing into your lower back. And then from here, we're going to keep that right knee in. Just allow the left sole of your foot to come back down to your mat. Coming into a half happy baby. So point the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling. You might grab behind the thigh, or right hand could reach up and grab the inside of your right foot, gently drawing your right knee down towards the armpit. You could stay with that left leg bent, or you could extend your left leg out long onto the mat, and then maybe reach your left arm all the way overhead. Take a few deep breaths with the exhales, trying to keep both hips down towards the ground, but gently creating space through that right inner hip. Good. Just one more deep breath. And then slowly releasing the foot. Left hand now might come to the outer right thigh as we drop that right knee across to the left. And you could reach your right arm all the way out to the side. Maybe the head drops to the right. And again, just a few conscious breaths as we ease into the twist. And then as you breathe in, start to come back to center. Right knee stays in. Left sole of the foot comes back down to the mat. This time we'll just cross our right ankle over the right thigh. Gently encourage your right hip open there, flexing your right foot. Some of us might stay there, or you might reach up, interlace the hands behind the left thigh, and take a gentle rock from side to side. So now just feeling that sensation through your right outer hip. Using our exhales as always to maybe ease ourselves a little further into the shape if it feels good. And our final option there is to stay where we are, or some of us might reach up, grab that right leg, so the right knee comes towards the right elbow crease, that right foot comes towards the left elbow crease, and we extend our left leg. And we pull the chest up towards that right thigh, so shoulders are lifted, and we just feel that extra stretch through the right outer hip. Good. And then wherever we came to, gently release. Everybody bringing both knees back in towards the chest. Any little wiggles or movements there. And then we'll just take that to the other side. So left knee stays in, right sole of the foot comes down. First of all, we start to come into that half happy baby. So start to reach your left sole of the foot up towards the ceiling, either keeping hands behind the thigh or left hand towards the inside of that left foot. You could place right hand towards the right hip. You could extend your right leg, and you could extend your right arm all the way overhead. And again, you might find a little bit of movement, but just see if you can gently start to open the body up. So no rush, no pushing, just using our breath to create that space. And then we'll take it all the way across. So right hand now comes towards the left outer thigh as you drop or gently guide your left knee to the right. Left arm could extend and the head could drop towards your left into your twist. Good. Take a final deep breath. And then slowly coming back to center. Left knee stays in for a moment, so we bring right sole of the foot back down towards the ground, crossing our left ankle now over that right thigh. Take a moment to see if you can encourage that left hip open. You could use your left hand, flex the left foot, and we might stay there, or you can reach up, interlace the hands behind your right thigh, and take a gentle rock. And just notice every little movement, how that adjusts the sensation through the body. Try and keep your lower back connected to the mat if you've lifted the legs. And again, the option is to stay here or start to lift up through chest, maybe grabbing our left leg, knee in towards the elbow crease, foot in towards the right elbow crease, and then extend and hover your right leg. Last one. And then bring in both knees back into the chest, final time. And this time we'll slide the hands behind the thighs, take a good few rocks here, forwards and backwards. And then when we do come up, we're going to come straight into our downward facing dog. So however you would like to get there. Crossing the ankles, sweeping legs around, plant the hands down, and then step one foot and then the other. Coming into our downward facing dog, pushing down through the hands. And again, just finding some of that intuitive movement. So just really allowing the body to move wherever it needs to go today. So it might be those pedals through the feet, stretching through the ankles, the backs of the legs. We might find twists, coming forwards, coming back. And every posture that we come to, just try and think about exactly what is it doing for my body, rather than kind of always pushing ourselves to get into this, perfect shape that we might have seen or that we might have in our heads. Just take that scan of your body and just think, where can I find a little bit more ease, a little bit more space today? Okay, from here, soft knees, start to walk the hands all the way back towards your feet. When you come to the back of your mat, take an inhale as you lengthen through the chest halfway. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold chest towards the thighs. We're going to start to roll all the way up, come into stand, pushing down through the feet. As you get to the top, just take a moment here, rolling the shoulders back, lengthening through crown of the head. Bringing the hands to Anjali Mudra, to the heart space, chin to chest. And just take a big, deep breath. If you work with your Ujjayi pranayama, we have a little constriction in the throat, this audible breath. So we continue to just bring our attention to our breathing. We hear that breath. It reminds us that that leads the way. When you're ready, gently flutter the eyes open. Inhale, reach those arms all the way up. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to mat or shins, flat back. And then exhale, ripple and fold. Inhale, this time chest lift, soft knees. Start to walk your hands all the way to the top of your mat, coming into your high plank. And take a moment here to ground through hands, through fingertips and base knuckles. Push the heels back, take a big breath in. And then exhale, downward dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, pop a little bend in your right knee as you open into the hip. Really pushing the ground away, feel into that sensation as you create a little bit more space through the right side. And then inhale, start to lengthen that right leg. Look forward as best we can. We step our right foot to the outside of the right hand. Lowering the back knee, untuck your back toes, rolling shoulders back. You could come onto fingertips or hands to blocks as we open through the front of the body into the hips. We're coming into our lizard, and you've got the option to stay here or start to walk your hands towards the left side of your mat. So we're at a little angle here, maybe towards the top left corner of your mat. And again, maybe that's enough, or you could come onto your left forearm and just start to reach your right fingertips as far forward as you can. Gently opening into that right hip so you could allow the knee to fall out slightly. You could come onto the pinky toe of your right foot. Good for your last breath. See if there's a little bit more space to release. And then slowly walking those hands back into center. And take a final inhale. Tuck your back toes. Start to lift your back knee. Really push down through the hands. Step it back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward, coming into your high plank. Exhale for your vinyasa, so maybe lowering the knees, chest, chin, elbows in, lower the chest. Inhale, really roll the shoulders back. And then exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Just take a moment to re-arrive. So scanning through the body, coming back into this maybe familiar shape. Take a big breath in. Release it out. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale as you pop that bend in the knee, open into the hip. Good, and again, just feel that length all the way through your left side body now. Maybe one side feels a little different. And then inhale, straighten your left leg, gaze forward. And then step your left foot to the outside of the left hand. Lowering down through your back knee. Coming onto fingertips or onto blocks as we kind of come into this little up dog shape. So we really try and open through the chest there. And again, maybe that feels like a nice place to stay today. If it does, just be there or walk your hands across to the right, top corner of your mat. Staying there or coming onto your right forearm and reaching your left fingertips forward. So just allowing your left knee to fall out a little bit, maybe coming onto the pinky toe. Just using those exhales to melt the chest down. Good. Take a final deep breath. And then if you walk those hands across, just making your way back to center, rolling the shoulders back, breathing in. And then tucking your back toes, lifting your back knee, push the ground away, step it back, downward facing dog. Again, option to take that really slow, mindful vinyasa. So inhale, ripple your spine forward, come into your high plank. Exhale, lowering the knees, lowering the chest, untuck toes, coming into your back bend, cobra or up dog. And then exhale, wave it back, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in through the nose. And that breath can fall out the mouth or the nose. Inhale, come high onto the toes, gazing forward. Soft knees as we take a few steps to get to the top of the mat. Breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana, chest lifts flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly rolling up to standing. Maybe shifting that gaze up at the top. And exhale, dive it down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fingertips to mat as we step our right foot all the way to the back. Gaze forward, staggered feet, and then start to rise into your high lunge. So find your gazing point to help with the balance. Have that little pull of your inner thighs and then reach your fingertips up. From here, left hand is going to grab the right wrist. As you breathe in, push your right palm up towards the ceiling. And then breathing out, take a little lean to your left. So really stretching through your right side. Might get wobbly. And then inhale, bring it back to center, release the grip. Exhale as we twist. Right arm moves forward, left arm back. So really using the core, the obliques to twist. And then spread those arms wide, keeping that fixed gaze or focus. Transitioning from here to a warrior two. So think about this slow transition. Left arm circles forward, right arm starts to move back as we drop our back heel down. You might want to give your left leg a little shake. And then strong through the arms, spreading that space through the chest. Gaze over your front middle finger. Take an extra breath, maybe landing a little bit lower into your warrior two. And then inhale, flip that left palm, reach forward, reverse your warrior. So option today is to stay there, or right hand is going to come behind the back for a half bind. You can place the hand to lower back, or you could reach right hand towards the left inner thigh. Take an inhale as you reach your left fingertips up high, and then exhale. Think extended side angle with that half bind. So you're going to reach your left arm forward. Maybe that gaze is towards the fingertips, but then maintain this rolling back of your right shoulder. And if you find that it's coming forward, just bring right hand towards the right hip. Good, holding if we can for one more. And then inhale, start to straighten your left leg, reverse Trikonasana, maybe keeping that half bind today if it feels good. Relax into the head and just create all of that length from the left toes to left fingertips. Inhale, bringing it back into your warrior two, so arms wide, bend into your left knee, and then stay for the exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up, connect the hands to prayer above the head. And then come into your little star shape. So turn to face your right. Toes then are going to wiggle out with the heels in. Take a big breath in. Exhale, come into your goddess. So start to bend the knees, bring the hands to heart. And then we're just going to do a little movement with breath here. So as you breathe in, hands stay at the heart, start to straighten through the legs. As you breathe out, push your palms forward and bend the knees. Inhale, hands to heart, straighten legs. Exhale, push that air away as you bend the knees. Good, two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, breathe in. And exhale to push. Inhale, bring the hands back towards the heart, straighten the legs. And then exhale, start to turn your left toes in and your right toes towards the back of your mat. Inhale, spread the arms wide, and then exhale, reach as far forward as you can for Trikonasana. So right hand lands somewhere towards the right leg, towards a block or hover. Again, think about this little lean back, so opening through the chest, relax the head. Take a final breath in, and then exhale, gaze towards your right foot now. We're going to pivot both hands down, framing your right foot. Tuck your back toes. Step your right foot now to the front of your mat into your downward dog. So we're all facing the back of the room, really pushing down through the hands in our downward dog, and then option to vinyasa. So inhale, ripple forward, high plank. Exhale, knees or chaturanga, that slow lower. Inhale, open the chest, your back bend, and then exhale, wave it back. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and allow that breath to fall out nose or mouth. Inhale, gaze towards the hands, soft knees. Take a few steps or a little hop. Coming towards the hands. Take an inhale, flat back. Exhale as we fold. Inhale, rising all the way to standing, reaching those arms up at the top, and then exhale, ripple down. Inhale, we lift through the chest. Exhale, we're going to step that left foot to the back of our mat, look forward, and then slowly rising. So Even though you're probably facing away, just try and listen out for the cues. We want to try and not get distracted kind of by the visual, and just move in any way that feels good. Good. From here, right hand now to left wrist. Inhale, push your left palm up. Exhale, take a little lean to your right. So that finding that balance. Don't worry if you wobble and fall. Inhale, bring it back to center. Separate the hands. Exhale, twist. Left arm forward, right arm back. So really think about reaching the arms far apart and then twisting, using that power through your core. Little squeeze again through inner thighs to find that solid base. And then transition into our warrior two. So we start to circle our right arm forward and our left arm back, dropping our back heel. Take a moment to land there. Gazing over your front middle finger. Feel into that power through your legs. Maybe even a little pull back through your left arm. We tend to lean forward a bit here. And then inhale, flip your palm. Reach it up and back. Reverse your warrior. So left hand down the left leg or take your half bind. Try and open through your right side as you try and lean your right fingertips back for one more inhale. And then exhale, think about that right arm pulling you forward. Extended side angle, either with the bind or left hand comes to left hip. Good, maybe gazing forward. Feel into all those little shakes that hopefully you're feeling as well into the lower body. And inhale, reverse Trikonasana. So start to straighten your right leg. You can always release the bind. Just think about, again, all of that space through the body. We don't have to go to that furthest point. Just feel into the body, into the breath. And then slowly back to your warrior two. So unravel the arms. Take a breath here. And then start to straighten your right leg. Reach your palms up to connect. Come into your little star shape with the legs. So turning your toes out, your heels in. Big breath in. Exhale, come back into your goddess. Hands to heart. So we're going to do our chi breath again. Slightly different this time. So just have the palms in front of you facing up. So just bend at the elbows. Hands in front, palms up. This time as you breathe in, straighten the legs. Reach those palms up. Exhale, use the hands to push the air down, bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Think about moving this air, this energy. Inhale. Exhale. Find that steady gaze. One more. Inhale. And exhale. This time, inhale, palms up, straighten the legs. And then bring the hands to heart. And turning your right toes in now. Left toes to face the front of your mat. Inhale first, spread the arms wide. And then exhale, reach as far forward as you can first. And then release your left hand to wherever it lands for Trikonasana. So you can rest on the leg, on a block, or you can hover. Just think about this little lean back and pull your left hip back in space. See where feels comfortable on the neck for your gaze. Good, last breath in. And then exhale, gaze towards your left foot. Just circle the hands down, framing your left foot now. Tuck your back toes, push the ground away, downward facing dog. Take a little wiggle. And then option to move through that final vinyasa as you inhale, ripple forward. Exhale, any variation to lower. Think about one straight line. Inhale for your back bend, cobra or up dog, thighs lifted. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Good, take a final moment to just notice how you feel in the shape. And then last time, inhale, gaze forward, soft knees, a step, a jump, a float, top of your mat. From here, lifting the chest halfway as you breathe in. Wiggle the feet together if we can, toes touching, fingertips down, and then just start to bend through the knees. So we come onto the toes. We're then going to walk the hands towards the inside of the knees. So think Malasana, but with the feet together, and then allow the knees to come open. So just a moment there to just see how that feels. You might have a little wiggle side to side. You could stay here. Some of us might walk down onto the forearms or walk the hands forward. Think about really trying to create that space through the inner hips. And if you're walking those hands forward, stretching through the upper back. Good, last few breaths, relax into the head. And then slowly, if we tuck the hands out, walking them in, we're going to just bring it to seated from here. So you can use hands or no hands, take it back. Allow those knees to drop open once more, coming into your Baddha Konasana. Rolling back through shoulders. Just take a moment, staying up high here. So just to really try and create that length through the chest, length through the spine. Big breath in. Big breath out. And keeping your right sole of the foot in now. We're going to extend that left leg out slightly more towards the side, so a little wider Janu Shasana. And then we're going to inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, pivot your chest over your left leg and then start to fold. So you might grab the foot, the leg, the hands could come either side onto the mat. And take a few breaths to just gently fold. You can keep a bend in your left knee. Keeping your left foot flexed. Just allow yourself to land wherever you get to in your fold. And then inhale, slowly rolling up, reaching those arms up. Exhale, take your right hand behind you, left hand a moment to come to your right thigh for a little twist, maybe gazing towards the side or back. And then option to just stay breathing into your twist here if that feels nice, or we're going to push through right hand, circle our left arm up, come onto the right knee for this little baby fallen triangle / wild thing. And just really open through the heart and chest, relax the head. Good, take a final big breath in. And then exhale, lower the hips. Come back to that neutral position. Left sole of the foot now comes to meet the right. We're back in Baddha Konasana, this time reaching the arms up as you breathe in. And if it feels good, folding. So you could grab hold of the feet, you could walk the hands forward. Try and use your inhales here to just find a little bit more length through chest, and then exhales to melt down to fold. And try and release any little bits of holding on of tension through the hips. Just see if you can invite in more and more softness as we start to slow down. Good. Take a final deep breath. And then slowly start to roll your way back up, extending your right leg now, just slightly more at an angle out towards the side. You could always prop underneath your left knee there as well. Flex your right toes. Inhale as you reach the arms up. Try and pivot the chest over your right leg. And then exhale as you fold. So grabbing any part of that leg that we can reach. You could use a strap here, or you could keep that bend in the knee so the chest comes towards the thigh. Soft, slow exhales. And as we come to the final few breaths, just seeing if there is that little bit more space to release, to relax. And then inhale, slowly rolling all the way up, reaching those arms up. Exhale, a twist to your left. Maybe that right hand lands towards the left thigh. Using your left fingertips behind you to lengthen through the spine, gaze into the side or back. Just breathing into that twist, or plant your left hand down now. Maybe reaching your right arm up as you squeeze the glutes to lift the hips, come onto your left knee. Opening through the chest, relaxing through the head. Good. Final breath in and release. Good. This time, draw both of the knees in, plant the soles of the feet down. We're just going to take a moment here to wrap the arms around the knees or shins, chin to chest. Take a gentle little nurturing rock side to side. And then I'm going to bring it all the way back down today. So just slowly rolling your way back. Come into where we began. Find a position that feels comfortable with the legs, taking any final movements or wiggles. And then we'll land into stillness. Again, arms wide with the palms facing up, or you could rest the hands on your body. And just like we did at the start, just come back to all those physical sensations. Becoming aware of all parts of the body that are connected to the ground, to your mat. Now with each breath, just imagine this feeling of weightlessness, of floating. There's nothing to hold on to. In this moment, there is nothing for us to do, nothing to think about. And amongst all of that doing, just giving yourself permission to just be. I'm going to end the practice here today in Shavasana, so please do take as long as you can to allow yourself to rest, to reset. Thank you so much everyone for being here, and I will see you again very soon. Bye bye.